There's different types of radio frequency, and radio frequency has been around for a long time. There's monopolar, bipolar, and unipolar, and this is a monopolar device. And what that means is that there's a pole of electricity coming out of the handpiece, and there's a bovie pad, which is the recipient of the electricity. And that resistance of where the electricity passes is where the heat is generated by millions of shakings of molecules. A unipolar device has no second pole, so it's just the device. The heat is going everywhere. It's not really going through anything, so it's harder to adjust the depth. We know this machine from animal studies, you're going 2.5 centimeters deep into the skin. You're heating up that skin into the subcutaneous fat into the low 50s. That's been shown with needle thermometric measurements in pigs. So that's been well shown that we're going 2.5 centimeters deep. When you use a bipolar device, which is two poles that are usually on the handpiece, the physics is such that the depth of penetration of RF only goes half the distance of the width between the poles. And most of these devices are about 2 centimeters, 2.5 centimeters, the poles wide. So the depth of penetration can only be half of that. It's only going to go about 1 centimeter deep. It's just not going to go into the fat. It can go into the dermis, and that's about it. Now, there's ways of tricking it. There's some machines that are sucking the skin into a suction device so that it's going above the poles, and that can make it a little bit deeper, but it's still nowhere near 2.5 centimeters. So that was appealing to me. And the fact that you can change that 2.5 centimeters by cooling the skin. So this machine has both a handpiece that gets cold and one that doesn't. So the one that we use on the face doesn't have any intrinsic cooling, where there's one on the body. We can cool the outside, and the cooler we make the outside, the more deeply the penetration is of the RF. So if we want the RF to just be at the skin level, we can turn the cooling completely off, like in the small handpiece that we use for skin tightening of the face. Whereas the larger one, if we want it to go really deep and the lady's got a thick abdominal pannus, we'll turn the cooling all the way down and have that heat penetrate 2.5 centimeters deep. There's no other machine that does that.